I've never called Sean Dad. He's always been Sean to us. We've been brought up in such a lovely environment down here, Hurst Castle, on the boats. He was a fisherman and ferryman, so always on the water, always on the boats, and that's how we grew up. We always grew up seeing him as the captain of the boat.
He was on the boat and he lost his balance, so he had to hand over to the crew.
He believed it was some kind of inner ear infection, so he was beginning to feel dizzy, unwell, the vision was coming in and out. Mum took him straight into hospital and he suffered a huge stroke, so quite a traumatic experience from that point. And things were getting dramatically worse very quickly.
We were told by the consultant that the best we could ever hope for would be that we could transfer him from bed to chair and back to bed. He couldn't speak, he couldn't swallow, and couldn't move, from an active chap who was in charge of everything. And that was no longer there.
We were wondering if he's ever going to come out of hospital, and Sean, being Sean, was not listening to any of those, luckily.
So we started off with the physio. We were lucky enough to be put on a programme to test this FES, and those electrodes stimulate the external nerves to make a new pathway for him to be able to do it on his own. He calls it the cattle prod. And of course, with him being able to do that and do more, it's making him stronger. And then being able to get him into an electric wheelchair, which we asked for, and he instantly was able, with his left hand, to manoeuvre it, as if he was bringing a boat alongside the bed. I mean, that was quite amazing, really. We wanted to give back to the Stroke Association and raise some funds, and Sean had this idea of, wouldn't it be great on the day of everything being purple, which is the stroke day, if we could light up the lighthouse. And we put on ferries for anyone who wanted to come down and see, and they can make a contribution to the Stroke Association, which they did. He's probably the most stubborn person I know, and that has helped because he's so determined to do things.
He was going to do it his way, and his way it was going to be. It's still there, there's still the same Sean inside, still stubborn, still physical, still pushing, and that's not going to change, I hope. He's still striving on. It's incredible. He has a resilience that we'd always seen as a passion before, I guess, on the boats, and when something like this happens, to turn that into resilience for what he was dealing with, it's just outstanding. He's been very courageous, really. For a proud man, it's very courageous of him to live the life that he leads without always being in control. And with the lack of communication, it's hard. We got him down to the castle in the Land Rover, and then this year, for the first time, he said that he'd quite like to go by boat. I wasn't quite sure how we'd get him on a boat, but between us, we got him onto the Dory. And it was just lovely seeing him on that boat. Yes, to see him back on the water. It's everything. Yeah, it makes my life whole again. You know, I have my Sean back, playing on a boat again.